Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Are we in there? Everybody seeing us? It's
Ladies.
going. The show is rolling. All right. Well, welcome everybody to Ladies Night of the Platform Sports Talk Show. Your usual host, our fearless leader, Bunny, is at home taking care of her bun in the oven. So she will not be joining us tonight, which means once again, we are left unsupervised. One, the Platform Sports Talk Show is going to learn to one, stop putting me and Cherita together on a show, and two, leaving us without adult supervision. Hopefully, Joe, you were up to the task because if Cherita and I drive this train, look, let's just say if the Vegas odds put the over under at 3 minutes until we get off track, take the under. Keep your money.
Or tell
Okay?
me how many words or phrases to describe the foolery that's going to happen today. That's what y'all
Yeah.
have to do.
So that's your charge for the day or for the night for our viewers is to see how many synonyms Sharita and I can come up with for the foolishness that's about to ensue. Um,
Tomfoolery, number one.
you said tomfoolery. I've got hijinks. So we're starting out with two. Keep track throughout the night. Um, well, welcome. I'm Annie Greer, a three-time national champion with your St. Louis Slam women's professional football tackle team. Hopefully, you've been going to tryouts. Hopefully, you're ready for this new season after a 2-year hiatus. We also got on the show tonight, Sharita. Tell them who you is.
Gang. I don't have championships like Annie, so I'm just Sharita with the wash and go tonight. Um, Welcome to the Platform Sports Adjacent Talk Show because that's really what's about to happen tonight. Joe has more commendations than I do, so I'm gonna throw it over to Joe.
Joe, tell the people who you are.
I'm Joe and I'm a mom. There you go. That's mine. I'm a mom to a 10-month-old and planning a 1-year-old's birthday party soon. So that's me.
Ooh, those 1-year old birthday parties. I don't know how people do it. Let me tell y'all something. If Annie ever gets a kid, that child is not getting a birthday party until they know how to say and spell birthday party.
Oh.
Because I ain't creating no memories that you don't remember. So,
I
Yeah.
have a friend that they said that the first couple birthday parties were going to be their parental anniversary because if it wasn't for them, there'd be no you. So they passed the kid off to grandma and they celebrated every year for about 5 or 6 years.
look, 5 or 6 years while you playing, that sounds like a lifelong plan to me. Every year we just shipping the kids off. I'm the one who did the heavy lifting in this relationship. This is my party. Okay, you just breathed. You ain't do nothing. You don't get nothing for this day. So, if you're tuning in, make sure that you are sharing with your friends, with your mammies, with your BDs and BMs.
Your
It's
BFFs, all
right.
them people.
Everybody share the link, send them around, tell them to tune in so they can catch some of these shenanigans.
Don't forget
Number
to hit
three. Yes, don't
Oh.
forget, like us, comment, review us, hit the
that's all I
subscribe
got.
link on YouTube, hit the bell, or again, in terms of the ah, child's play that's taking place tonight.
Number three.
Sharita said that you only get that bell sound until she spills that glass. So we got about 3 minutes to really sell the bell. So, oh, she's saying less than three. We're already on the countdown. It's already.
Gino's on. What
Look,
up, Gino?
hey Stanley, C Sam, what's up?
Six
Um,
foot, stand up.
Look, Sharita says she is going full Marshawn on Monday Night Football. She's about to be three hennies deep before we even get in good in the show. So
Like
she,
he said before the performance. Let's go.
so she is ready. All right, let's kick it off, ladies, with what's in your feed. Do I have a preference in gender if I have a kid? And the rest of the ladies, do y'all have a preference? Yes. So my preference is it depends. If I have a natural child, my concern about having a girl is that she will turn out like me. And I ain't afraid to square up on a kid.
Same.
So I've seen it. So
She did yesterday. Real life.
oh my gosh. So behind the scenes moment, let me tell you all. So we were talking about Black Mama Talk, and let me know if this is cross racial. I'm open to mamas across the world and across the color spectrum doing this. But how your mama will take anything and make it a verb. And so if you're like, I remember when I was little, my brother and I, we were doing flips on the bed, and she's like, if you flipped on them books the way you flipped on that bed, then you wouldn't have no problems in school. And I was listening last night, um, and this TV show, this woman said, her son said, I want to play Call of Duty. And she's like, you need to call a job and duty yourself some work. And I was
It's a
like,
skill.
that it just rolls off the tongue, just like I'm a flip.
Eloquently.
Right.
Eloquently.
So that's my preference. Ladies, are you planning on dropping any more munchkins? And if so, do you have a gender preference?
Well, real quick,
And
hello to our every week attendee, Miss Williams. Hello, happy
Hey,
Wednesday.
Miss Williams.
And I always thought I wanted a boy, but now that I had a girl, I can't imagine ever having a boy. And now I wish that we have more and more girls, and I have all the girl names picked out. So,
Oh,
I always like wanted to have a boy and hopefully play all the sports, which girls can obviously do, but boys have a better chance of making it somewhere with it. And so that's what was like always like my dream growing up. But yeah, now that Mia's here, that she's perfect, and now I can't imagine having a boy.
got you. Miss Cherita, you dropping any more munchkins? And if so, do you have a preference?
not unless Aubrey Graham finds me and marries me. Besides that, absolutely not. Um, I thought I was going to have a boy. I was dead set on thinking Carmen was a boy until that 20-ish week happened and I was told no by Jesus. And for the same reasons that Jobo just said, I thought I wanted a boy to do all like the cool sports stuff. And my daughter can do all that and be cute in a dress. So I'm happy with what I got. She's got leadership skills. She's not bossy. So I get to groom how she should be seeing herself and all the young ladies who call her friends. So I'm looking forward to watching that continuance and growth.
Awesome.
Miss Williams said they only had a boy's name picked out whenever her son was born, so it's a good thing that he was a boy.
You know what? I like boys' names for girls. So I'll rock a Charlie and a Minute for a girl or a Corey. We can definitely have that happen for sure.
My parents actually picked out because there's 3 girls and then my brother, and it's Joanne, which could be Joe, Samantha, which could be Sam, and then Casey can go girl or boy. So they wanted to have boy names like it too, so it all worked out.
Love it. Love it. All right. So, our first topic for the night, what's in your feed, ladies? Tell us, what sports stories are you following on social media? Let's start with probably the newest and biggest one, Joe, the World Series. How you feel about it? We know the loyal fans of the show know that you're a Houston Astros fan. So, do you need help? Do we need to put a hotline number at the bottom? Tell us what you need.
No, I'm good. It sucks, but again, like, I love Freddie Freeman, and just the year that the Braves had, like, Hank Aaron died beginning of the year this year, and it all kind of worked out, So, it sucks, but what can you do? The Astros have been to the ALCS 5 straight years, and they've been to the World Series 3 years out of the 5, so I can't be too upset about it.
So you're not going to be one of those bitter sports fans?
No, and it's funny because I was telling my husband, it's like after we had Mia, I'm kind of like, sports aren't like the end all be all, Like when the Cardinals lost in the wild card game, I was upset that night, and then the next morning I woke up, I was like, it's over with. Like, you can't change it, so why am I going to get upset about it for days and days?
Yeah, I don't want perspective. I want to always be butthurt when my team loses. Forever and always. I want to remain salty. I don't want perspective at all. I want to be.
Remind them who your team is, Annie.
You said what?
Remind them who your team is.
Look, let me tell you something. We finna talk about. So first up on the mic, Dallas Cowboys, of course. Clippers fan, Pirates fan, Penguins fan, Sounders fan, Slam fan, and for all things college sports, the North Carolina Tar Heels. So it's a mixed bag. Truly, it's a mixed bag. But you know what? I want to flip tables. I don't want perspective. Like, this is just a game. I'm not on their payroll. You don't play on
that
the team.
that used to
Mm.
be. I used to be so mad. Like, ask my husband. The only time we would get in fights is if I was pissed off about the Cardinals or the random money issue that every married couple has. But like baseball was like the number one thing we would fight about, and it was all me, honestly. But yeah, I'm trying to see the more important things in life, and if something bad happens, we can't fix it. So why feel
Nope.
about it?
I'm
Can't let it
staying
go
mad.
right.
I have a 48-hour embargo after regular season Cowboys and Clippers losses, Carolina basketball losses, and anything that's in the playoffs then becomes a 72-hour silence. So no communication with me whatsoever. I will get off. I was about to say all my social media. I'm old. I'm only
She's
on
only on one.
Facebook. I know. I'm only on Facebook and I'm on Snapchat to talk to Cherita and be hit up by some exes that I haven't seen in like 7 or 8 years who are doing that, trying to get that old thing back. So how you been doing, baby girl? Minding my business. That's right. Make sure your folks are tuning in. Hit up your hashtag professional bays from LinkedIn. Tell them to come and watch the show. Sharita, what's in your feed? And who's
You
in
know
your
what?
LinkedIn DMs?
See, I didn't know if you were throwing at me because of the DMs and LinkedIn or about the actual topic of the show.
Both. Both.
Why not? Honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with what's going on in WWE lately. I know typically I will rave about how Raw is a waste of time and SmackDown is the moneymaker. But ever since they did this whole draft, and I got to educate Annie that we have drafts too, it's
Had
been
no
pretty,
idea.
I'm just here for the enlightenment. It's been equally yoked lately. So, SmackDown's got pretty decent activity. Brock Lesnar is attacking people left and right, and instead of getting fired, he got fined a measly $1 million. Which, if you have Brock Lesnar money, that's like asking Sharita for 50 cents. Um,
Hmm.
just being honest. You know what? I thought I would be bored by the Becky Lynch Bianca Belair feud, and it's actually been pretty, solid as far as the storyline. So it hasn't gone stale on me yet, like Seth Rollins' suit choice, but we won't go there. Gonna get caught up on AEW. Haven't really been watching it lately. Been too engrossed in other things in life and motherhood, but I can't say no to a good WWE. SmackDown, Raw, or NXT show. So I'm gonna say that on my feed right now. I'm pretty excited. We will touch on it later because we're going to talk about recipes in a bit. But a couple of the
Hmm.
combinations really kind of made me happy and excited to be a fan. So we'll talk about that later. But as of right now, I'm just happy that the feuds aren't stale and the storylines actually look like somebody wrote them with common sense. So I'm happy about that.
Okay. So help me out, and maybe a few of our viewers as well. How many wrestling leagues, federations are
Like
there? And
there's
is
a
there a
lot of
ranking from like best to worst? Because you're talking about, I always watch this one I only check out
Yeah,
occasionally.
so mind you, I'm only like back on to answer the original question before I get on a tangent. WWE has 3 different shows, so there's 3 for 1. Um, Smooth is happy about Damian Priest, which I actually just realized was saying angel and devil in the same name. I was slow to pick that one up. There's AEW, which is a different league. We'll use your verbiage for that. And then there's
Okay.
Ring of Honor, and I know there's a couple outliers out there. Like there's a crap ton of wrestling out there, especially when you go into like Japanese pro. I'm not that deep in the game, so if Vince McMahon didn't fund it, I'm probably not following it. But AEW has picked up all of the wrestlers who got dropped from WWE and put them in better storylines. So I'm watching that just to kind of keep the nostalgia of my favorites, like CM Punk, who got picked back up, Chris Jericho, who's over there, Christian Cage, formerly
He's
just
still alive?
He's still alive and he's still in a rock band. It's interesting.
Okay.
And apparently
I feel
AEW
like,
is in town tomorrow, so if anybody's got some extra tickets and I can get a babysitter, let me know.
look, put the word out in your DMs that you are one, looking for a babysitter, and two, looking for
I
some
mean, you
tickets.
said I could ship Carmen to you, so I'm sure I can catch a red eye before the show tomorrow.
That is true. I would love to have baby girl here. I don't know what she gonna eat. I hope she has like a top 5 DoorDash list of options because she ain't gonna get none but baking powder and light bulbs. She go in my fridge. So
Sounds like a bad science experiment.
baking powder and light
You can't even
bulbs.
make a volcano. Annie, what's up?
Look, that's it. That's all. So yeah, either send her with food or send her with some menus. So that's how that goes. What else is in your feed, ladies? What sports stories are you following, keeping an eye on, watching closely, seeing it as it unfolds?
What's in yours, Annie? What you been watching?
Some of everything. So mostly focused on the NFL, of course, because that's my favorite sports league. I mean, everything from Aaron Rodgers has tested positive for COVID, quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. They barely won a game in which he didn't have any of his receivers, two of which were out in COVID protocol, although they didn't test positive. But has actually tested positive. So has their third string quarterback. Their second string quarterback, Jordan Love, who they drafted last year, he is vaccinated, and so far has not tested positive for a breakthrough infection. But right now, he is the only quarterback that they have available because even their emergency quarterback, which is one of their wide receivers, is out with a knee injury.
Can't
So
win for losing.
so it's about to be real interesting. So that's been a news story. Also, big story that broke, I think, last night has been continuing through the day. Is Henry Ruggs III, former wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders, was involved in a DUI car accident that was fatal. A woman died in the accident. The latest report says that he was doing 159 miles per hour before the crash took place. So he took a life, basically blew his life away. I don't see
Like,
any other team picking him up after that. These legal fees, I mean, everything. And he's super young too. So that's just really tragic. Especially since every NFL team has like their own, like basically like Uber service, and they make it a point each year to make sure that people know, like, look, there is no reason whatsoever for you to be driving your own vehicle if you've been drinking. You ain't even got to take a Uber Black. Like, we will have people come pick you up, no questions asked, from wherever it is that you're trying to be. We'll pick you up from your side chicks, your back chicks, your
I mean,
BM1
the
and your
Washington football team
BM2.
will send their cheerleaders for you. We'll talk about that
Look,
later.
that's also in the news feed as well. So yeah, so I mean, it's sad for everybody involved, including him at the same time. There's just no excuse for it when the when every NFL team goes out of their way to make sure that this never even has to happen.
that's what my husband
Um,
said. He's just said, like, Uber. Like, or something. I just don't understand it. They have all this money and all these resources to get home safely, and they're just
mhm.
reckless. And he just wanted to show off his car, I guess. I don't know, but it's silly. And a dog died in that car accident. Okay, I know
Oh,
that that's the
you know
least of
how
our
some people feel
worries.
about their dogs, man.
That's the least of the worries. But I found out about that too. But yeah, no, it's just I don't get how people. You see it all the time, though. It's never going to change. That's just one of those things. Just like a lot of
Mhm.
negative, ugly things in the world, is never going to change, sadly.
2 felony counts. Like most people join the NFL to keep themselves out of trouble. They do football to stay out of jail, and then they get a little bit of money and a little loss of power and control, and end up still hitting that up anyway. So prayers out to the family of everybody who was impacted on that one. But you know, for everybody who's doesn't have a free Uber service waiting for you, just don't drink and drive, y'all. Like for real.
Call your girl. I'm a lifetime DD, so
she is.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not talking about my cups.
Night, I was like, I don't care that I have a baby. Just give me a call if you're, you know, even a little bit. You know, I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Just call me. So
yeah.
But Fred wanted to know about your Cowboys.
Look, we're not talking about the Cowboys.
All right. Well, that was. Totally watch the comments. I'm just doing my job.
Joe said, I just work here, okay?
I'm just saying this so I don't get fined.
Exactly. Of course they're going to collapse. What do you mean? Am I waiting for the Cowboys to collapse? They are going to.
She just ignored it. She just wanted to go right past it.
Look, it's not even waiting for them to. I guess it's a wait because it's not going to happen until week 18 or 19. But yeah, it's inevitable. Yeah.
It's a matter of
it is. And the way that they're playing now, that means they're going to wait until the playoffs to do it. We're going to have another year like we did in like 2016 where we went like, well, I guess you can't go 13-3 anymore, but let's say 13-4. And we're going to lose. We're going to lose. It is going to happen. Should Rodgers get the same type of scrutiny that Cam Newton got? He should get more because he lied about his vaccine. To hear him tell it, he didn't lie. He said, I've been immunized. He said, I didn't tell y'all, guess what?
So lie through omission. That's cool.
Look, if that don't sound like somebody's BD, if I ever heard one.
X.
Right. I didn't call her. I didn't say she didn't call me. Right, exactly. What I did was I hit her up on Duo. Technically, that ain't a phone call, right? So Roger's out here trying to hit y'all with some technically. That's not what happened.
Roger was sending out $10 to everybody on Bitcoin the other day. Did you see that?
Wow.
That was weird. I guess another thing we could talk about in football is the whole thing out of Cleveland.
Out of Cleveland? Oh, yeah.
I think it's stupid, but
let the people know what's going on if it's not coming up in their feed yet, or they haven't checked their feed today.
Yeah, pretty much OBJ Senior, and that doesn't make sense. OBS, I don't know. Anyways, he made like I think it was 11-minute video of supposedly Baker just totally either ignoring OBJ or purposely missing OBJ. I don't watch a lot of football, but my husband's a fan of the Browns, and I've seen OBJ miss a lot of passes right to his chest, so I don't know how that's Baker's fault, but I think it's just drama. So, and then he didn't get traded, so he's stuck, I guess.
Yeah, it was actually his daddy who made the video.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah, so his daddy made a video, said, why ain't y'all throwing the ball to my son, basically. But when OBJS,
whatever,
right, showed up to practice today, that's like Gardner Minshew III. There are no other Gardner Minshews in his family. His daddy's just interested, so he's just Gardner Minshew III. There's no first, there's no second, whatever. But anyway, so he went to practice today and was dismissed by the head coach and told to go home. Now, the thing is that if you have been following football for a while, you know he used to be on one. Everything from kicking nets on the sideline to then proposing to nets to his little photo shoots on boats before a playoff game. Like when Eli Manning was not getting him the ball enough, he showed out. He showed his behind, and he pushed his way out of New York and into Cleveland. So now it's just really suspect that they're trying to act like he's some sort of problem where he can't even come to practice. And there have been no reports that he's been showing out. So I feel like we would know. I feel like this would be like an Antonio Brown filming Mike Tomlin in the locker room type situation if OBJ was really up there wilding, but he doesn't seem to be doing any of that. And yet I feel like they're trying to make it seem like he's problematic for some reason. Which is unfortunate because I still think that he's a really good receiver. I still think he could be useful, particularly to a team that is either down some receivers like the Saints. So they just had Mike Thomas out again. I don't even know why he comes back every year. I feel like he comes back every year for like a game or two and then leaves again. Like I don't even think he's on the roster. I think he just does like cameos at this point. Like it's just like when Sunday Night Football does the roster, it's kind of like featuring blah blah blah, and then it's like guest starring Mike Thomas. Like he just comes for a few episodes and then leaves. But they could use a receiver, especially now that Jameis Winston is going to be out for the entire season. Jameis Winston, I have a lot of love for Jameis Winston, the football player. I know some of his off the field behaviors are problematic, but I cannot tell you how much I love Jameis Winston as a football player. It is deep and abiding. It's a deep and abiding love for Jameis Winston. Um, who else? Atlanta. So Calvin Ridley has decided to take a mental health break and step away from football for a while. So right now, Pitts and Cordell Patterson are the only real weapons that Matt Ryan has left on that team. They could use OBJ. So I feel like there are a lot of teams either that are still kind of in the mix or have really solid chances. And they just, at this point, because the trade deadline passed yesterday, they would have to just full on cut him in order to get rid of him and basically get nothing back in return. And he would still take a hit towards their salary money. So they would be paying him to walk away and getting nothing for it. So
I mean, I think they're just going to get over it. Everyone involved is going to have to get over it. Honestly, I don't think he's a problem. I don't think Baker's a problem. Like I just don't understand why parents get in on this stuff. It's like, just shut up, you know? Like I don't get it. He literally went out of his way, out of his day to make a video to do that.
I ain't gonna lie, that'll be me. I'm gonna be that parent.
Hold on, you only want a kid.
Look, I'm saying if I get one.
Party.
I'm saying, look, if I say I don't know if I want to have one. I want a kid. The process, the door's open. Who knows? Eventually, a kid will live in my house. If that kid happens to be good at sports, you best believe I'm gonna be the mama who's gonna be like, "Why are we not running the Bel Air Academy offense here? Just pass the ball to Will, out the way." Like, what are you doing? Let my son cook. Like, what is happening here? I'm gonna do all the videos. Don't let them play football. Okay, just don't. Because I'm gonna be on the sideline. I'm gonna be like, look, this 3-man front you got going, you don't have the talent to pull this off. Here's what you need to do, blah, blah. And they're gonna be like, ma'am. And I'm gonna be like, and what?
Like, I'm gonna need to walk out of here, ma'am.
Who gonna check me, boo? Look, I'm gonna be on Sports Center because I'm gonna be carried out by security.
Fighting.
Parents get serious about their kids' sports, so I mean, I'm sure it happens.
Joe, I want you to be the parent to be like that.
You don't think you'll be that parent, Joe?
I mean, for softball maybe, but I'm not gonna be like being escorted off the field. And my high school coach had to be escorted off the field because she was arguing a call. But who knows? I don't know what I'm gonna be like. You know, like if it's softball, I have a lot of passion for it. Maybe if it's volleyball, what do you say? At the end of the air of the Astros, or I'll answer that in a second. But if it's like volleyball, like my husband played, I probably won't be like that.
Let me tell you something. I got kicked off my t-ball team when I was 5 because my mom played softball, like you, Joe. She played on like traveling teams, like all throughout, like until I was like in high school. And so she actually taught me how to play. And so even though I was supposed to play first base, I just went wherever the ball was because the other kids weren't doing their job. So wherever the ball went, that's where Annie went. Wherever the kid who hit the ball went, that's where Annie went. The coach thought it was a good idea to go talk to my mama to tell me to like calm down and stay in my lane. I tried to tell him even at 5, this ain't gonna go how you think it's gonna go. Trust me, sir. You want to deal with me. You don't want to involve her in this conversation. But he thought I'm an adult to adult. And my mom was like, I'm not gonna make my kids suck just because the other kids suck. She don't need this team. So I will, let's say we came to a mutual agreement that Annie would no longer be on the T-ball team. My mama and the coach mutually parted ways with Annie being on the T-ball team because she was that parent. So let's kick it back to the MLB in terms of what's in our feed. So now that we know who the champs are, what's next season? What's the off season going to look like for these teams?
Well, first, let me answer Fred's question real quick about the Astros. I don't think this is an end of an era for the Astros. Fans have been calling it the golden era for them. They still got a lot of their core guys, young guys coming up. They could possibly re-sign Carlos Correa. And the pitchers that you've seen this year, Christian Javier, Luis Garcia, Framber Valdez, they're all younger than I am. And they were pitching in the World Series. So got Lance McCullers Jr. locked up for a couple more years, so I'm not worried about them. They just got to make their moves like the Cardinals do. They need the exact same things the Cardinals need. Pitching and a shortstop. So I'm not worried about that. But baseball as a whole, this was one of my answers to your question about a sports nightmare. My sports nightmare would be that there's a strike or a lockout for baseball this coming year, and I have a feeling it's like a 80% chance of happening. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if there's going to be baseball next year, or at least not right away.
Well, let's get into it. So, everybody, a lot has happened since we saw you last time. And before we see you next time, we got lots of big days, memorials, and celebrations happening. So, this is our holiday special. So, get festive, get live, get hype, whatever it is you do for the holidays. We're going to start with the holiday that we just celebrated, which is Halloween. So, what is your sports nightmare? What's like the scariest thing that could happen in sports for the rest of this year or over the next month or so? Joe, you just shared an MLB lockout would be your sports nightmare.
That, and if that happened, like what would happen with Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina's 1-year contract for next year? They probably won't get paid, but does that mean they come back for the year after that? Like,
Yadi's still in the league?
Him and Waino both signed a 1-year contract, so that's just something, I would like for, like, we got fans back in the stadium a little bit this year, but next year, hopefully things are 100% okay, and, 40,000 plus people are going to say bye to Molina and Waino. Like, what if that doesn't get to happen? So, I don't know, that's just a big fear of mine. I can't, 60-game season last year, COVID season sucked ass, so I can't imagine there being a lockout and not having anything at all, so we'll see.
What makes you think the lockout's going to happen?
Because there's a new CBA that they need to agree on.
So, that'll do it.
Yeah, and last year with the 60-game season, the players and MLB, and they just didn't get along on a lot of things, so I think that's definitely probably going to happen. Even big people last night after the World Series, congratulations to the Braves on winning the last World Series for a while. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a nightmare for me. So yeah.
Is there any sense of how close they are to reaching an agreement? How does the MLB Players Association get along with the commissioner? Where's it at?
Nobody gets along with this commissioner.
You said what?
Nobody gets along with this commissioner. Fred, tell him how it is in the chat. You know how it is.
I feel like Adam Silver and Michelle, I feel like they're okay. I feel like they're not terrible.
We're talking about
I don't know. You know what?
I said we're talking about baseball.
Who's the commissioner? Is it Manfred?
Manfred? Yeah, Manfred.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got nicknames for him too. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying yeah, Manfred is probably the worst commissioner in sports. Yeah, that's what that said. And like Gary Bettman, every time a Stanley Cup winner goes to hoist the cup, and Gary Bettman hands the cup over to him, he gets booed. Like that's been happening for as long as I can remember. Last year, Manfred started getting booed, and that's not a good sign. And he wanted to do a really, really, really short season last year, and the players just wanted to play more games, and they settled on 60. So I don't know. It's gonna suck. The last couple of years, it feels like it's been going downhill. Like top tier free agents been signing in January and February. You know, like while we're about to go into spring training, and then the COVID season happened. So I don't know. I just hope and pray for the best, honestly.
All right. Cherita, what's the spookiest thing that could happen in sports? I like how I did that, didn't you?
I just appreciate that you referenced me and called wrestling a sport. For me personally,
I'm coming around. Especially
I
after
know.
those bodies you showed me the other day.
Yes, Carmelo Hayes and Trick somebody. I forgot the last name. That was the first time I ever saw him, and I immediately thought of Annie, and I was correct in her risking it all.
Thank you. I want people to see things like that and immediately think of me instead of
I know your type now. I know
instead
your
of,
type.
I'm still trying to figure you out. You be throwing some wild cards in there.
You know, that's what I'm here for. You can't catch me.
No, I'm trying to put you in a box, man, and you just
what box?
You slick.
What box?
You be breaking out the box like Derrick Henry going up against a 6-man front. Just
She makes friends. It's cool. It's cool. To be honest with you, scary things for me, considering I'm somebody who's already bought my tickets to Royal Rumble, Randy Orton better not get hurt. Like that's one realistic fear of mine is they bring the show to St. Louis and the man from St. Louis cannot perform. So that's one. I definitely am concerned about Xavier Woods being king of the ring and Big E being champion and Kofi not having any gold. I got a weird feeling just because of the juxtaposition of Black people having gold at WWE that they may end up having the New Day turn on each other, and that'd be an obliteration to everything that they've tried to restructure as far as the diversity and the branding of WWE. So I am concerned about that. As far as AEW, we talked earlier about CM Punk coming back, and to be honest with you, the man's had all of 5 matches, and every time he comes out, he's talking. Now, to be honest, CM Punk is a hell of a narrator on the mic. He can hold a story, he can do a promo. He's fantastic, but I don't want them to bring this man back.
Like called matches? What you mean on the mic?
No, like he just comes out and like they cut promos, so basically talking shit about people that you want to fight. Okay. But they're turning him into a guy who just talks a lot of shit and he can actually back it up. So considering his age, which might not mean much in wrestling because Goldberg just fought like 2 weeks ago.
Goldberg is still alive?
He's still alive.
And he's one of those people that if you haven't heard of somebody in a minute, she assumes you're dead.
I'll kill somebody in a minute.
Like that with musicians.
Look, I'll kill somebody in a minute. Trust me.
Real talk. I think we all do that mentally. So yeah, he's still alive. He's breathing. He's well. He's healthy.
Okay. I just feel like these people be like 80 though.
I get it though. Like Goldberg back in the day, Stone Cold Steve Austin, like
both are still alive.
Like, I know Stone Cold is still alive because he's selling Tide Pods that work in cold water, and I bought some.
Cold calls. That's nifty. It's not selling beer.
Look, I'm just saying, having the New Day to turn would be so dumb. What's a New Day? Where would they turn to?
About.
And why would it be dumb?
That she was talking about.
That was the who?
The brothers that she was talking about.
Oh, so these are brothers. When I hear New Day, I immediately think of like some sort of gospel revival.
Like a boy band or something. All right, so
we got 2 different music genres happening with the phrase New Day. We got pop boy band, we got gospel revival. Is the real New Day somewhere in between?
I would say the New Day is she's not She's almost close with the gospel because of how Big E talks. Big E sounds like he could be TD Jake's uncle. I mean, it's like nephew. He sounds like that's how he talks. As far as like genre, if they were to put out an album, they be hella TRL hip hop, not Tigga in the Basement. TRL, like they be the rap album that all the kids in the suburbs would buy and their parents would buy it for them.
So we're talking about Kids Bop, or we talking G Bop? Edited? Like, what are we talking about?
You know what? I think Kids Bop is closer than gospel. I'll be honest.
No. You know what? Kids Bop gospel would be the worst. Can I tell y'all something since we're talking about children? Look, someone needs to say it. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I hate the sound of little kids singing. It irks my nerves. I will not let it happen around me. I'm not listening to children. If my child doesn't sound like a junior Mariah Carey, there will be no singing at my house.
Hold up, you don't like Baby Shark?
You said what?
You don't like Baby Shark?
No.
Coco. You don't like Baby Shark.
I like Baby Shark if an adult
sings it. No parent likes Baby Shark.
Hey, look, I like Baby Shark if an adult sings it, but I don't want to hear no.
I'll send you the hip hop remix of Baby Shark. It actually slaps.
The trap.
Does a child sing it though? Because I don't like children's voices.
No. But they remix the beat where you can't even hear the words. It's just the beat drops and Baby Shark goes platinum.
It goes, and then also the Little Einsteins remix. Let me tell you, okay, that pops. Okay.
Yo, Teen Titans has some slappers though. I'll be honest with you. Teen Titans is dropping mixtape tomorrow, and I will listen to Big Boy all day.
What was I was seeing something talking about what's in my feed. It was somebody cut up Into the Thick of It from the Backyardigans. It goes. Yep, that's exactly. But then they got a little hi-hat in there. Yeah. Then the snare came in, then the bass hit, and I was like,
"Yeah, I'm telling you, okay, they need to do it for Coco, but I can't stand that crap." But
I'm good as long as little kids don't sing it.
Bluey though, get your kid on Bluey, Joe.
What is that?
Disney Plus. I'll get it to you later. You'll thank me.
You giving out Disney Plus passwords on the show? Give the people what they
want. I'm giving out shows to watch on Disney Plus. I need a couple more Amazon promotions before I'm passing out passwords like that.
Okay, look, all right.
Anybody who's just tuned in, you are watching the platform Sports Adjacent talk show. It's a little bit after.
Because we really talking Backyardigans and Teen Titans Go.
Hell yeah.
So
why not?
But let me tell you something. If we get a total across all three of our platforms, watch us on YouTube, watch us on Facebook, watch us on Insta. If we get a total of 100 viewers watching at one time, Cherita will give out her Disney Plus password.
And I'll change it 3 minutes later. But yeah, you can have it. Hot second.
So tell your mammy, tell your friends. If we get 100 people to tune in at the same time, Cherita is going to drop the Disney Plus password into the chat. Come through, Cherita. Come through.
Actually, I think Carmen's dad has Disney Plus. I'll get his password and it's lit. So I got y'all. Y'all.
We get a Disney password. Just as long as we
you can log in.
Yeah, as long as we get access to everything. I don't want no like entry level Disney Plus where it only lets you watch the first 30 minutes.
If we can get 500, I'll pass out the Hulu password. Y'all can catch up on Insecure.
There we go. All right. So we need to rank streaming platforms and then say for 100 viewers, you get the Disney password. For 200, you get the Netflix password. For 300, you get the Hulu password with the HBO Max add-on.
Oh.
At 500, Cherita herself will come and jailbreak your Fire Stick.
Hey, yo, for 750 views at one time, Jobo will gangster rap in a cypher to Baby Shark the remix.
Yes. I need that to happen at like 7 viewers. I just need that to happen now. I never knew I needed that in my life, and now it's all my life can think about. So there we go. That is the antithesis of our topic, which is our sports nightmares, because that would be my sports dream. Over here, girl going in on the mic. My sports nightmare would be so Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, Duke University, always trying to one up Carolina, decided he didn't want to just retire with Roy Williams. He had to go one more year past the winningest coach in Tar Heel history. So, there's that. My nightmare would be if Duke won a national title for like his farewell send off, let's win one for the Gipper type thing. That would be my sports nightmare is a Duke basketball championship.
That would be my Christmas wish. So we'll see.
We don't celebrate Christmas out here. Next
I'm
month
sorry,
we're doing
that's
a
one of my
Kwanzaa
Kwanzaa
special.
wishes.
Look,
Whatever.
you don't get wishes for Kwanzaa. Next tune in the first Wednesday of next month. We're gonna do a Kwanzaa themed sports talk show. I need to brush up on what my values and my principles are, but I know we got some Nia in there and we got some purpose. I will make it my mission in life to make sure Coque does not win a championship on his way out.
Wow. Why don't you show them that degree behind you just to make sure they know where this loyalty is coming
I
from?
never know which way to turn on this thing. Here we go. Because the camera's like backwards, and so I'm like somewhere. Oh, wait, this hand? Yep, this hand.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. And the board and everything, just all Carolina all the time. What y'all can't see is that my desk is also Carolina blue. All my equipment here is also Carolina
Oh,
blue.
the baby.
Uh-oh, we got a baby in the house.
Oh,
Yes.
you say hi?
Baby Joe do.
Look, don't get us canceled because you out here humming copyrighted materials.
You can actually do the first 30 seconds without being fined. So I could do that for every single song in the world right now.
There we go.
Except for the birthday song. That mug costs way too much money to play with.
For real, for real. So we're not gonna do that. Hey baby.
You say
I
hi?
love babies as long as they don't sing.
You say hi?
That's
No.
all I ask.
How you gonna lay down the law 10 seconds after the child is on the camera?
Let me tell you something. There will be no children singing in my house. There will be no faking me liking your macaroni art. Take it to grandma's. There will be no me keeping every single assignment, paper, and project you've ever
That's
written.
me. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't need that. Throw it away at class. Well, recycle it at class. Let's save the planet. Give it to your daddy. Or take it to grandma's house. I don't. She's like praise him.
I'm taking pages out of my parenting book.
Look, the baby agrees with me. The baby's like praise him. Don't bring that in. She said, "Don't bring that in my house." See, baby understands because I'm not the one. I will hurt your feelings, right? Tell him. Say, I'll hurt your feelings. Say that don't mean nothing to me. She said, "What's an insult to me?" Okay. I see. No, I ain't doing none of that. I'm not gonna pretend to know what your giraffe is or whatever it is you drawing. That's what grandmas are for. I'm here for that real. So I'm gonna be like, look, art is not your thing. What else you got?
Right. You've already seen my parenting style, so I agree. I second that motion.
You send the baby to me. Any other sports nightmares? What would haunt you in your dreams if it happened?
I'm just sad that Coach K winning a championship, which is very realistic, is your nightmare.
I'd rather take one for the team, run on the court, and shank that man than have him win a championship.
Oh,
That escalated quickly. Damn.
Not feloniously, just like a little, like a slight misdemeanor. Just a slight mizzy, just a little mizzy. So that's it. Just enough.
All of a sudden, you gonna have a restraining order in the mail tomorrow.
Just enough for his players to be too shook to hit threes. That's all.
I haven't watched since JJ, so I can't really say much about it. Jay-Z only rapped about Carolina Blue Kicks, so I can't go too far with that one. Can't talk bad about you.
Any other sports nightmares, things that would haunt your dreams? Let me see. I mean, really, it's just all the teams that I hate. winning anything.
So you see the Chappelle show, like the International Haters Ball?
No, but I feel like I need to be the president of whatever this thing is because I'm a proud
I hope
hater.
all the bad things in life happen to you and only you. Like that is your perspective.
Look, I'm just saying, if the Steelers win another game, that's my nightmare.
Another
If
game.
another game. But somehow I still need Mike Tomlin to be winning. So I need to figure out how it can be that Mike Tomlin is out here winning, but the Steelers are still somehow losing. We have somebody joining us. Coach Stringer is going to be joining our ladies' night. Hey,
What's in your
Coach.
cup, Coach? I already
What's
know there's
going
something in
on?
the cup.
Hey.
Coach, are you at least 3 hennies deep before
Yeah.
you get started? If not, you can go off camera, get started, come back.
Coach is 2.5 in.
Hey. I just got home. I had a long day, man.
Okay, so go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get started. We're going for the full Marshawn Lynch Monday Night Football experience here. So,
all right.
Yeah, there you go.
What a wig.
Right, you promised to wear a wig. I can let you borrow mine if you need it.
Same.
Yeah. Let's see. Miss Williams said her nightmare St. Louis getting another football team. I thought St. Louis wanted football back. Are y'all just scared they're gonna leave again?
Why wouldn't they leave?
St. Louis got separation anxiety before it even happened.
They're gonna break your heart all over. Make sure you're telling us in the comments what your sports nightmares would be. What would haunt your dreams if it happened in the sports world?
Here's a segue for somebody who's living a sports nightmare. We alluded to it earlier, but the Washington football team cheerleaders are definitely living a nightmare right now.
Absolutely.
We can segue with that one.
There we go. Or if we want to talk about inappropriate Halloween costumes, that's another way to get us to the Washington football team and their former name and mascot. And the other sexual assault scandal happening to the Blackhawks, the hockey team. So basically, if your mascot is co-opting other people, you might have we'll find out about the Braves later.
That's what happened.
Something will come out about the Braves. We're gonna find out they was banging on trash cans and all that stuff. We're gonna find out about it later. So if you are co-opting people's identity, it's going down for you right now. It's your own personal Halloween. But yeah, Cherita, tell the people a little bit more about, because I feel like with the investigation into the Washington football team, all people heard about was about John Gruden getting fired for some of his comments. But why don't you share with the people about the rest of the story, what the story was actually supposed to be about?
I love that you set me up for this because you said all people heard about. And to be honest with you can't read about it because they didn't put anything in writing. So everybody who had a complaint, an offense or a defense to what happened or didn't happen with these young ladies, they heard about it privately, closed door, and took no notes. So, yeah, there's step one of what's going wrong in the world right now. Long story short, these young ladies were put on planes to go international trips, that had their passports confiscated, and they were told to do whatever action was presented in front of them with the men who were on the trip with them. So long story short, they got kidnapped. That's just the Cherita version of what happened. They got back and weren't taken seriously. And to quote one of the cheerleaders, they basically feel invisible. It's almost like a don't ask, don't tell, but in this case, it's a don't talk about it if you're going to write about it. So there's not even written evidence for what happened or what was revealed. And no one's going to talk about the actions, whether positive or negative or none of the above, that's going to happen in response to that. Annie even kind of enlightened me on some stuff where there's pictures of these young ladies like in very awkward positions, and they were set up on it's like a bad BET film for what happened to these ladies. So you think you hear about it and it actually happened in real life, and to add to the nightmare, no one is taking it seriously, or at least no one's talking about it outside of us. If you Google it, it's not even covered on ESPN, or it wasn't yesterday.
if you Google the Washington football team investigation, pretty much all the news that comes up is about John Gruden, who was not even the target of the investigation. What
Right.
you won't hear about was what the probe was actually about, because as Cherita said, even once the investigation was concluded, the league asked for a verbal report only, so no written report was produced, and they will not reveal anything else that was found in relation to the allegations that the women actually filed, and not just John Gruden taking the long way home to tell us that he was not making a racial trope about monkeys when he said DeMaurice Smith, the president of the NFLPA, had rubber lips. He said it's an old saying in his family that when people lie, you say they have lips like rubber. And so he was just saying DeMaurice Smith lies so much he has lips like Michelin tires. Now, if you connected all of those dots, congratulations, you win a prize because that was a long way to get from that. Speaking of monkeys, have you heard of this?
That was a smooth transition, man.
You like how I did that? Professional. Hashtag professionalism. Have y'all seen this story about the Texas Longhorns? All I know is that there was like the special teams coach, his girlfriend has a monkey. I think a monkey mauled a child. I didn't actually read the story. Again, it came up in my feed, but Annie needed a nap. So if anybody is up on Monkeygate, that is not Morris Smith, please let us know if a monkey in Texas mauled a children. Did the monkey maul the children? Co-stringer's laughing like the monkey mauled the children.
I feel like the only person to successfully own a monkey as a pet was Michael Jackson. And
was that successful though?
I mean, for the monkey, he didn't kill nobody. Bubbles was cool.
We don't know what Bubbles went through. We don't know what Bubbles went through on that ranch.
We don't know what Michael went through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of mysteries on that ranch. But I mean, none of this happened.
We don't know that Bubbles didn't maul the children. They were just probably focused on other things. They had other concerns. The Bubbles mauling the children was probably the least known thing. I did know that there was a pole dancer named Pole Assassin also involved in this story, but I didn't know the connection. And I did know that Pole Assassin was featured on the Jerry Springer show. So we got Texas football, Pole Assassin, monkeys, potential mauling, all in one story.
Fred's putting some weird stuff in the chat. I don't even know what to think of it. He's trying to tell us about this. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I didn't read the story, but I would imagine getting mauled by a monkey would also qualify as a Halloween nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would that haunt your dreams, Coach Stringer, if you got mauled by a monkey?
I can't do that. I don't like monkeys. They scare me.
Why do monkeys scare you? They people too.
Their little knuckles be ashy.
Shut up. Shut up. Take her off the screen. Take her off the screen. No.
They be all ashy.
Thank you for coming to the show, Coach Stringer. It was nice having you on. Look, between the three of us.
Coach, I'm gonna save you. Just pass it to me. I gotta say, as a former journalist, I gotta admire all of the fun people have in these headlines with the word pole assassin. Like, this is some creative shit. I'm just proud of all the journalists who woke up and were able to cover this story and did it so eloquently in the headline.
Shout out to Pole Assassin wherever you are. Cherita, are you going to tell us what the story was? We just need to know. Children mauled, yes or no?
I'm still marveling at the headlines on Google search, but yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay, while she's looking at the story, let me just tell the people why Coach Stringer has to leave. Coach Stringer must exit the show because of all the reasons to fear monkeys. She said that Ashy Knuckles was, if we was doing a family feud of top 10 reasons people fear monkeys, she thinks the number one answer is Ashy Knuckles. And therefore she must exit the show.
2 people would agree with her. It would be on the board.
I don't agree with that. Nobody has ever. No, you are the only person. Yeah, there's an X. I agree with Joe. Nobody in the No, no one agrees with you. I don't care what 100 people they ask. They get asked all 7 billion people. You're the only one who has factored in the digitation moisturization of a monkey and
Facts.
how afraid of them we should be.
To
No.
I'm
be fair, the
terrified of
monkey has a
that.
name. The monkey's name was Gia. She was Pole Assassin's emotional support animal.
Okay, time out. Hold on. Before we move further, if I told you we have a story that involves a monkey and a woman, and I said the names of these two characters were Gia and Pole Assassin, which one would
Who
you
would
put
you
with the
define?
monkey and which one would you put with the woman? We were just playing
Pole
the matching
assassin.
game. All right, continue. So I almost got it mixed up. Pole Assassin was not Gia's emotional support stripper. It's the other way around.
Yes, yes. And if you want to follow Gia, she's monkey_Gia on Instagram. So she's got 9,238 followers. So
Some
she's
of them
doing
tune
pretty
into the
good.
show right now. Can we get Gia to take her ashy knuckles? Remember, Gia's the monkey. I don't know
Yo,
about
add
Pole
the
Assassin's
hashtag Pole
ashy.
Assassin and Monkey, and we'll get so many hits on this show.
I
Basically
don't
has
know
an
if Pole
emotional support
Assassin is
animal.
ashy, but tell Gia to take her ashy knuckles
I can't believe we're
and
still
out the
talking about
show.
this.
You said what?
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
This is
Sports
serious
adjacent,
stuff,
though.
man.
Sports adjacent.
Look,
This is serious.
clear the hour. We need to know all the life stories of Gia and Pole Assassin. This sounds like a really bad Pixar movie. Gia and Pole Assassin.
I mean, she brought the monkey on the show.
Are we allowed to show Pole Assassin and the Gia? Well,
I'm
so
gonna
the
look this
monkey
Few
up.
was
seconds. She died.
okay. So the
Long
monkey
story
was on
short,
the
there was
pole.
there was a haunted house being made for children, and as they
For
were making the
children.
haunted house, Pole Assassin's monkey, who was named Gia, was present in the haunted house. And I'm guessing somewhere in there, either the monkey and or a child got scared, and the monkey reacted by biting a child. So it's a weird combination of events happening in this story.
Okay. So why was Pole Assassin in charge of the haunted house for children?
You know, that's the context that they leave out. I'll be honest with you.
I just want to know what meeting happened where they were like, we need somebody to be responsible for putting on the children's events. And the best answer that they came up with is let's have the stripper from Jerry Springer do it. She seems like she would know about some kid friendly events.
I'm just here with a report.
We appreciate your journalistic integrity, Cherita, and for bringing us that story. Please keep us updated on all things Gia and Pole Assassin.
Just let me be your Corey Graves. I got this.
Well, Miss Williams wants to
Pole
know who
Assassin deleted her social media, so by default, the monkey has more followers.
Okay, so Pole Assassin got up out the game. So Gia's still in the paint, and Gia has more followers than all of us combined.
I can't find her page.
Even after mauling a child. So Gia's still in the lead. I just hope they leave Gia in the lead. You know, people don't respond well to animals mauling children. They usually take them out back. So Gia, my thoughts and prayers with you. I hope you get to stay in the lead. Pole Assassin. Hit a girl up. I need more. I need details. So if anybody knows Pole Assassin, please invite her on the show. We would like to have Pole Assassin as our special guest for our Kwanzaa special next week.
I'd rather bring Gia so she and Coach Stringer can iron out their differences.
Oh, I'm not coming over. Ashy Monkey comes on and be clapping and pointing and dancing. I don't want to see it. I don't.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you.
Oh, R.I.P. Harambe. That's right. I do remember Harambe.
My homie.
That was not. See, I told you they be putting the monkeys down when they get the children. We want Gia to stay in the lead, and we want Gia to also come on our Kwanzaa special next month, so that we can get Coach Stringer some exposure therapy.
You're right.
I think
It
if you just
triggers
stare at the knuckles long enough, eventually it won't scare you.
It's a
I
trigger.
think that's how that works. We're just gonna start dropping monkey knuckles in the chat to Coach Stringer. So
I was really about to do it.
we're here. You and I, we're here. So if you got some monkey knuckles that you would like to share with Coach Stringer, feel free to drop them in the comment section on Facebook, Insta, or
Hey, we
or
need
YouTube.
100 people to comment monkey knuckles.
Let's see, what password can they get? I'm trying to think. I got a crime junkie password. So if we get 50 people,
Like Spotify or something, I don't know.
there you go, to tweet out hashtag monkey knuckles. Ashy monkey knuckles at that. Let's be clear.
In like 30 seconds.
Let's be clear. She is not afraid of Vaseline monkey knuckles. It's only when the knuckles are ashy and clapping that she finds this problematic. I don't know why this is a very specific fear for her. I feel like that's a sort of childhood trauma that happened at a circus one time. I feel like if we hypnotize you, we will get to the root of you being backhanded by an ashy knuckled monkey at the traveling carnival when you were a kid.
Circus. That's what it's called.
All right, let me throw in another segue because we clearly know that Coach Stringer's nightmare is a monkey with ashy knuckles. So let's flip the script and talk about things we like. So I think we talked about winning recipes for success. Let's talk about some people that we're happy got together because clearly Gia and Pole Assassin are not on the same page anymore.
R.I.P. Gia and Pole Assassin. That relationship didn't last long enough. But yes, Cherita is right. So moving on in our holiday special, now that we've done Halloween, we are moving to Columbus Day. So Columbus Day has happened since our last show, and so we want to celebrate or recognize what are the stolen moments in sports. Who are the liars, thieves, and cheats who have gotten away with it? We can start with the Houston Astros last World Series. God don't like ugly. That's why the Braves won this year.
Wow. Wow.
Too much
I don't know what gang that is, but I'm
First
terrified.
No, that's too much rock for one hand. First of all, they lost in 2019 as well, so get over yourselves, okay? I'm just gonna say that right now.
Joe rolled up the sleeve. She's showing the tats. Joe did not come to play today.
Joe has received
life.
Joe has received. She said you will not include the Houston Astros in these stolen moments.
I got my notes, okay?
All right, let's know. Let us know. How is this not, in fact, a stolen moment in sports to have people banging on trash cans and yelling out "cuckoo, cuckoo" whenever a strike is coming?
Cuckoo.
I think that's the thing that could have happened.
Anyways, I literally put in my notes, I know y'all want me to say the Astros, okay? And let me tell you something. Multiple coaches and players, past and current right now, have all came out and said that the Astros were made the scapegoat of this whole entire thing. They were made the poster child because the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox were all doing the same exact thing, but they're big markets. Red Sox got caught for doing it. But if you want to talk about, like, stuff, we can talk about the steroid era. Barry Bonds, cheater. Right?
So you think that there were people who missed out on some championships during the Barry Bonds era because they were juicing? Okay.
These were for a fact.
I ain't even mad at it. I just want to know why the Pirates ain't doing it. Do they need help coming up with some signals? Do they need some trash cans? Like, I just want to know how we can get in on this because we are clearly not a part of the club that is out here stealing signals.
Teams are still doing it. So, you know those little massage gun things that look amazing?
Yeah.
Feel great? Apparently the Dodgers were using that stuff, but no one talks about it because they're the Dodgers.
Okay.
Hey, there's all reports. Joey Votto's come out and said people are doing it. Eric Kratz come out and said people are doing it. What's his name for the Oakland A's? He literally just did a podcast with Chris Rose on John Boy Media saying that the Astros were literally made the poster child for it because they're not a big market team.
Okay.
Just saying. And everyone's doing it. They're just finding different ways to do it. You want to talk about freaky stuff this year? spider tack. That just happened this year. Yankees were doing that. So.
Oh yeah, my favorite one was the guy who dropped his pants as he walked off and said, "Check this."
No, Sergio Romo. And you know
I
what
love
the
it.
funny thing is about the Astros thing? The
Yeah,
guy
go
that
for
came
it.
out and ratted about it got a ring. He got a ring with the Astros. And everyone's all like, well, they need to give up their rings to get their title. Is Mike Fiers going to give up his ring?
Yo,
Huh?
I didn't know snitches got rings. Since when we start doing that?
Exactly. No one talks
No,
about
if you snitch, you don't get a ring. We gotta jump you and get that back. That's not happening. We gotta see about you, friend. No, you don't get to keep a ring and snitch. Mm-mm.
I will say, though, I enjoy people getting at me about it. It's fun. Whatever. If Astros are the people that have to get shitted on, then it has to happen. But hey, they got booed all year long, got stuff thrown at them all year at away stadiums, and they made it to the World Series. So 28 other teams didn't do that.
Well, we know that the Pirates didn't do it, so we count them out. Okay, we know
Hey,
that they are above board.
you still gotta hit the pitches if we're trying to cheat with that. So I mean,
No, I would like to think if we knew what was coming, we would be a little bit better. I just,
hey,
I just want to believe that. What
Yoshi
are
hit a
some other
walk-off grand
stolen
slam
moments? And
against
you said
Alex
what?
Reyes on a. I said Yoshi hit a walk-off grand slam against Alex Reyes on a Sunday. So that they got a little something over there in Pittsburgh.
Look, it ain't that though. We just look. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut occasionally. That's how that's describing home runs for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, just every
Um,
now and then we get lucky.
I will
My,
say this. I'm sorry, I was gonna say besides the Astros thing, I don't know if you consider it a liar type thing, but the whole Blackhawks thing that's going on, it's just messy and players that were around then, even though they were young, they're just backing it up. So it's it's nasty for the league and nasty for the Blackhawks. And everyone knows how Blackhawks went on for a really good run right there. And I guess you could say all those cups don't matter either after all that. So that's another thing.
yeah, it's amazing what people will cover up in sports in the name of not messing up our chances to win. I think we've seen that from a lot of teams, right? This
Yeah.
idea of like the narrative, the story that we want told about this time is not about our deepest, darkest secrets. It's about victories, right? That's very much aligned with Columbus Day. Thank you for that contribution. My stolen sports moment is, of course, the Des Bryant catch that was a catch in Green Bay. They stole that from us because the league doesn't want the Cowboys to be great. I'm so glad. Look, look, I'm sharing my heart right now. Quit laughing at
Okay,
me.
go ahead.
I'm so glad that Des Bryant like has like a Uber Eats commercial now of him definitely catching the bag of food. Because one, he's fine, and it's just always good to see him. And then two, because it's true, he did catch it. Don't at me. Des caught it. Throw up the X. They stole it from us. That's my stolen moment in sports. Cherita, any stolen matches? I feel
Yeah,
like Ultimate Warrior got one away from the Hulk like in 1989.
you got jokes.
Yep.
You got jokes and facts. I'm proud of
Look
you.
at that. Look at
Proud of
that.
you. Something's better than nothing. I'm gonna take it from you. Yeah, honestly, there were two back to back. As a matter of fact, Becky Lynch stole her championship match with Sasha Banks with a handful of tights. Basically, she cheated. Ref didn't see it, so they didn't call it. She won. And then she stole from Bianca Belair in the same manner a couple days ago on their championship match. Bianca
So
keeps
she
hitting
stole
these.
from both the black women?
That's where I'm at. See, you picking up what I'm putting down. You picking it up.
Mm. That's Columbus Day right there. What's her name? We're changing it to Columbus Day. What'd you say the lady's name was?
Indigenous Peoples Day.
No, what'd you say the lady's name was?
Oh, this is your Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky Lynch will hereby be known as Christopher
She
Columbus.
stole from the Fresh Prince, as you eloquently pointed it out last time. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Right. I'm gonna need the writers of wrestling to watch another show.
That's why I'm scared about the New Day. They're kind of turning on a lot of the good Black people right now. So I need somebody to change the narrative. It's bad enough that when they wrestle, somebody randomly says the complexion of this match has changed, and they only say it when Black people are wrestling white people.
Look at that. Thieves and cheats. Coach Springer, have you ever experienced a stolen moment? Have something taken away from your team by a missed call by a ref or a bad call? Or one of your kids, his parents wouldn't let him come to the game because he didn't clean his room and he was supposed to be the star player. Tell us about the time when you had your moment stolen from you.
I had a ref take away a victory in overtime, in the third overtime. One of my
he was just trying to go home.
It was a camp. It was a camp for all the referees in St. Louis to kind of get scouted to go to the college league and the NBA and all that stuff. And he wanted to stand out, and my kid made it on the buzzer, and he called it off. So yeah, I turned up. I got the technical file and everything.
So we need video of that. So if any parents took video, I want to see video of you wilding at a coach at a kid's game.
I got it for you.
Yes, send it to me. If we get 150 followers, Coach Stringer will post a video of her wilding out at this ref league on the people.
Yeah, I got that on film.
I love it. Any other stolen moments in sports before we move to our next holiday?
I have a personal one.
Oh, let's go for it.
Okay, I still think about this all the time. Like literally the other day, I thought about it. So
who hurt you, Joe?
8th grade, I think it was 8th grade or freshman year. I hit this ball over the fence. It would have been my first homer over the fence instead of legging one out. And the umpire says the ball hit the ground and bounced over the fence, and he told me it was a ground rule double. I'm still not really sure how that happens, but I'm still salty about it.
Shout the ref out. Put his address in the chat for 200 viewers. We will send.
Pull up.
We'll send a Google squad to that ref's house.
I will say my freshman year though, I hit one over the fence finally, so that was good. Whatever, but yeah, I'm still salty about that one.
You should be. I'm salty for you. Okay, we salty like margarita glasses out here. Took away
margarita glasses.
Took away your run. Look, just go past it. Don't even worry about that. So our next holiday on our holiday special of Ladies Night on the Sports Talk Show is Thanksgiving coming up. So really Thanksgiving is just about food. I feel like we ignore everything else that it was and has become, and it's really just about food. So ladies, how many of you throw down in the kitchen for Thanksgiving?
I don't cook ever. I don't.
Why was that so definitive, though?
It was the shoulder. I don't.
She said, I don't cook ever. All right, so we're going to keep him.
Wow.
Moving past Coach Stringer. Wait, what was you spraying? What was you showing us?
Lotion. I make sure everybody got lotion at Thanksgiving. I don't like ashy hands at Thanksgiving either.
I really need to have a therapy session with you about why ash bothers you so much.
Please do.
Is it the color? Is it the texture? Is it the audacity to not moisturize?
It's the audacity.
It looks painful. It hurts me. It hurts me that you look like you're hurting. So.
Oh, how do you feel about a cracked heel? You want to lotion it up, or is it just the knuckles? I just want to know.
She's like the black mama, like looking at you making me hot. Like that.
I hate it. I don't like it.
That is hilarious. Okay, so Coach Williams, Lord, I'm sorry, Miss Williams. I done mixed you up with Coach Stringer, and I know you don't want that association. So used to do ham, but it doesn't make sense for one person. Sister-in-law cooks and usually makes me a plate. All right, Miss Williams getting plates to go with the aluminum foil. Love it. Cherita, you put your foot in it on Thanksgiving?
I do. I
What
do.
you making, girl?
Girl, I got a Friendsgiving coming up. I'm gonna do some Cornish hen for that though.
Oh, you're so bougie. Cornish hens.
You knew that.
I do know you bougie. That's right. That is not surprising at all. Honestly, I don't know why I said that.
Disrespectful. Yeah, honestly, I didn't start cooking Thanksgiving until after my divorce. It was more like a proof that I'm gonna do it just cause now.
You was like, I wasn't doing this on GP, not because I couldn't.
Right.
All
Exactly.
right. Let them know.
Sweet potato pie from scratch.
Okay, so for 300 views, you can go to Cherita's house.
No, I will. I'll meet you in a public place and do a drop off.
For 1,000 views, Cherita will make you a pumpkin pie. Not a pumpkin pie. Lord, listen to me. A sweet potato pie. Lord, my ancestors came and got me on that one. Will come and bring you a sweet potato pie for 1,000 views.
I appreciate that you put them that high up in value. I just appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely above a Hulu password, but slightly below you coming to their house to jailbreak their Fire Stick. So that's the ranking. Okay.
That's fair.
I will cook if requested because I don't like cooking, but if people are like, oh, can you bring something? Then I'm like, all right. I'm usually the rolls, plates, and napkins person. So I'll bring a bag of King's Hawaiian, some styrofoam plates, and some silo cups. So yeah, I'm the utility person on the team. I'm the utility person. I'm just there to make sure everything goes, fill in where I need to be. So Cherita, are you gonna share your recipe of your sweet potato pie? What's going on?
Among friends, sure, not for free.
For 1,000 views, she will bring you a pie. For 2,000, she will give you the recipe.
There you go.
Look, you don't want any though. Let me tell y'all something. The worst recipe I ever tried. For some reason, I thought that cinnamon would taste really good in chocolate cake. You know what? This is only my second worst recipe. So I tried putting like a ton of cinnamon into some chocolate cake batter and baking it in an easy bake oven. And because my mama is Black, she made me eat it all, even though it was disgusting because I was not about to waste her groceries.
You're like that kid from Matilda?
Yeah.
Eating all that chocolate.
Yeah, that cake looked fire though.
So I had to eat like about a dozen mini cinnamon chocolate cakes because I made them in the easy bake oven. Because she couldn't dare to part ways with one egg and like a cup of oil. The worst recipe that I tried was I called myself, this was like freshman year in high school, and I promise I'm a smart person, although this story will present some contrary evidence. I thought you could just make Rice Krispie. You can make Nestle Crunch bars by just cooking some rice and then melting some chocolate over it and then drying it out. It does not. That's not how Nestle Crunch is made. Let's just put it that way. So,
William said
you said you thought that's how Nestle Crunch was made too.
Oh man!
Wow.
So that was my worst recipe. Let's talk about some sports recipes. So some teams are trying out some new things, either some new combinations of players, some new schemes, and let's talk about how they're working out. Our first recipe is the Los Angeles Lakers. With them recruiting everybody on the AARP team. Coach Stringer, not working out for you. This is not a good recipe. Having Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup and
I don't care for it.
Huh?
It's not my team. It's not my team. I think it's for show. I think it's funny.
You think it's so you've been laughing at them.
Yeah, especially Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard.
Oh yeah, so they got into a fight. My thing is that, all right, is this a flex or no flex if you fighting somebody to say that's why you didn't make the NBA 75, talking about Dwight Howard not making the NBA 75
That's
list.
so petty.
It is super petty, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm Team Petty. Hashtag Team Petty.
Is that the athlete version of your mama?
Kinda, sorta.
That's a low blow.
It's a low blow to be like, because the only reason why Dwight Howard did not make the NBA top 75 is because people don't like that dude.
He got a
He is
boyfriend.
huh?
He got a boyfriend.
It don't matter. People just don't like his personality. He just has a lot of
Weird.
he's done a lot of shenanigans and hijinks and tomfoolery across the years, and people are just not here for that childishness.
Paul
Otherwise,
George made the count though.
you said what?
Paul George should have made the count.
Not at all. And I love Paul George. Look, he makes Annie's top 75 brisket all, but he does not belong. He does not belong in the NBA top 75 players. Okay.
I didn't know people didn't like Dwight Howard, but I only know about him because of the Masked Singer. Man could sing.
As long as it wasn't a child singing, I would rather listen to poor adults sing.
Okay,
Adults
so
poorly.
these are the therapy sessions we need to have scheduled. You, child singers, and coach with monkeys. So I never thought I'd say
No,
this.
not
I'm one of the little
monkeys.
people on this
Not
show.
monkeys. Ashiness.
Ashiness and monkeys. Joe, you're the winner being the most normal person on this show. So God bless you.
No, Joe's therapy session would be about that 8th grade no called home run.
But that was fair. That was fair.
Yeah.
Cherita, what's your therapy session then, since you signing people up?
You don't have time for the list of things I need therapy for. We get 3,000 viewers, and I'll tell you my topic.
There we go. 3,000 viewers, and Cherita will share one personal story
We gotta get these
about
videos
her
up, man.
life. Let's see. Another recipe is, what do we think about the 76ers with no Ben Simmons? How's that working out? Now they're 5-2 on the season, so their record itself isn't bad. But what do you think about the recipe of just all the personalities in Philadelphia? You got Ben Simmons, you got Joel Embiid. You said, I don't think about that man no more. You got Coach Doc Rivers. You've got Daryl Morey. You've got all these recipe. You got this recipe of all these big personalities. How's that working out in Philadelphia? Coach Stringer gave it a thumbs up. What you seeing?
I don't like Ben Simmons' attitude towards the game. I think he thinks he's bigger than what he is. So I'm kind of glad he's not playing.
But you don't think? Do you think he has a valid point where he told them that the reason why he can't develop is because he went to a team in a city that was ready to win now and had higher expectations than his capabilities? And if he had gone to a city where he was allowed to fail and develop, like Giannis Antetokounmpo, then he would be a better player now. Do you think that there's some truth to that?
I don't know.
No, you're not here for it. You couldn't even entertain it. You was just waiting for me to finish the sentence. You could be like, no.
No,
Okay.
no, like,
All right. Our next recipe, the Brooklyn Nets. A Kyrie Irving list, Brooklyn Nets. So they've got a big three with -1, I think is the math on that recipe. How's that working out for the Nets? Now they're in 8th place currently, only one game above 500. So do they need him? Does this recipe only go if they keep Kyrie? What do we think?
I don't know basketball, so you guys talk about it.
No thoughts on the Nets? Oh my goodness. I gotta get y'all on game.
My Kyrie Irving awareness is just him ranting about not wanting to be vaccinated. That's the gist of my awareness of Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving's recipe is a cup of 5%ers, 2 cups of Hotep,
And some Henny.
Huh?
And some Henny.
A splash of Henny, and a dash of internet conspiracies and Y'all boy who be on YouTube talking about women or whatever, whoever that guy is. Who's that guy? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I
The
don't
older
know.
dude with the
Huh?
glasses. The glasses.
Yes, that dude. Who always be
He
talking
reckless.
about, well, maybe you're not a woman who deserves a man who makes six figures. Have you ever thought
He's
about that?
reckless. He's reckless.
Grand sir, if you do not stop,
Not grand, sir.
yes, grand sir, because he is old as hell telling young women what they need to and don't need to do to get married. But what about some sports recipes that are happening in wrestling, baseball, hockey, other
I'm a
sports?
huge fan right now of Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo coming together. These two gentlemen had nothing to do with each other when they came out. Turns out they're actually cousins, so I think it's cool to have more like family legacies fighting together. One, because I'm tired of seeing Rey Mysterio and his son, so glad to see another representation of a Hispanic legacy happening in WWE. Really looking forward to seeing what happens with the bloodline with Roman Reigns and his cousins. It's not new, but it's still working. And to be honest with you, like I said about the storylines and the combination of characters, sometimes it's hit or miss, or it'll go stale real quick. So I'm hoping they don't fail with the Garzo Carrillo put together, but they're winning so far with everybody else and Roman Reigns' bloodline. So hopefully they can find a way to add Tamina into that and make it a real family story. I don't know what they're gonna do with Naomi, but I think as far as what's going on right now, I'm excited to see what happens with that.
Bye, Miss Williams. Thanks for tuning
William.
in. So, if you had to form your own tag team with a member of your family, who you taking in the ring?
I'm an only child, so you make me like really think of my family tree.
Joe, you got somebody in
My daughter.
mind? You're taking your daughter in the ring.
She fish hooks you sometimes, and then whenever I'm a bad mom,
Snatch the earrings off.
When I'm a bad mom and I forget to cut her nails, she cuts your lips when she's doing that, and then yeah. So I'm gonna take my daughter. That's for sure.
I'm thinking about that one commercial that's out now where like the football team rolls the baby out on the field on the field, and then all of a sudden the offensive lineman picks the baby up and runs them into the touchdown, and it's a fake baby. That's what I'm thinking Joe would do
No
in a
one's gonna
wrestling
be
match.
hurting Mia. No one's gonna
Yeah.
hurt her. So why not?
Exactly. All right, so Joe's throwing her baby to the wolves. Joe's being reckless with her choice of tag
Her
team
baby is
partner.
the wolves. That's what she's saying.
Mia is the wolves. I love it. Coach Stringer, who you taking in your family in the ring with you?
My mama, because she don't play.
Oh, okay. You know what though? I would take my mama too.
My mama don't play them games.
My mom would be
Exactly.
my second. That's for sure. She's small and petite, but she can be
It's the
feisty.
small ones you gotta watch, especially in sports. Any dude in the NFL who's under 5'9", you don't want it with them.
Yeah.
They done had to fight all day life to get on the field. All my life I had to fight for minutes.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to do that, or it would have been right.
There you go. Cherita, you still don't know who you would take in the
You know
ring?
what, Annie? Based on, I can't give everybody the context of this, but if I had to go in a ring with somebody who do anything to win, I'd probably bring my sister.
Okay. There we go. I mean, this is supposed to be a tag team partner, so unless the storyline's gonna get off track.
I mean, everybody's waiting on Randy Orton to turn on Matt Riddle. You know what I'm saying? As long as you win the first couple of matches, it doesn't matter how long the faction.
Okay, you look. We talking about one night only. Just be like, look, we
And then
can
I'm
get
gonna need
back
you to roll up.
we can get back to how we was after this match, but we about to get in here this one time, get this money going. Awesome, love it. So when we say we have a clip of Coach Ready, does that mean we about to play it on the show and watch it together? Is this happening?
Did we get our viewers? Because I want to give away the gold for free.
Did we meet the viewer threshold? Okay, so go ahead, fire it up. Let's see it. I didn't know we had these capabilities, or I would have been had videos on here. Oh, we starting off with a tricep. I'm already in. I'm already in. What's happening? Go.
Oh man.
And you got on Celtic Scare. Speaking of recipes
And
that
some
don't
cheese.
work. Speaking of recipes that don't work, the players in Boston right now, Marcus Smart says y'all not throwing him the ball enough. He can't even cook. Oh, that face is not good.
Stop.
All these facial expressions are upset.
Yeah, where's the part where she fights? Do I need to do a voiceover? You know that ref is wild. I saw you make that.
I feel like
sound.
an F-bomb just dropped.
Right. That mug blind as a bat. I saw that shot go in. You see that shot go in? Come on. Look, what is he watching? He wasn't watching y'all. I saw the ball go in.
You think I wore all these chains to not win?
F him on 3. 1, 2, 3. F him.
Oh man.
All right, so new segment of the show is we play video clips without sound and we make it make sense.
Look, that brings us to our next topic right before we get to the end. So, to wrap up our holiday section for our holiday special, Veterans Day is coming up. We don't have any jokes for the veterans. We just want to thank you for your service and for what you do. So happy Veterans Day to all of our vets and military personnel. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Now going back to the video clip. So here's our risk it all topic of the day. If you haven't seen it, you might want to fire it up. Smoooth, I don't know if you like inserting video clips into the show now. This feels like news to me. But our risk it all topic of the day. So y'all know about Sierra and Russell Wilson, right? Sierra, Russell Wilson, at least know about one of the two, if not both of them together.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson, quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. His wife, R&B superstar Sierra.
The cornballs.
That was not the part of the story that was supposed to elicit disgust. Out of all the things that are about to happen in the story, the part that you take contention with is her being an R&B superstar.
I mean, it's the super for me.
Damn. Okay.
He used to be, I would say.
Oh, so Joe's coming for her life too. Okay, so y'all
I
love
Sierra. I love the old school stuff, but me personally, I don't really know any of the new stuff. Back in the day, she was getting it.
Okay. All right, so look at Coach Stringer's face. Close up. All right. Well, all right then. So, if you followed this lovely couple on social media, if they are a part of your news feed, then you know, one, if you've seen Sierra back in the day, as Joe just so nicely alluded to, Sierra still got it.
Yeah.
Her being able to F it up is not a thing of the past. So any sort of dance child, exactly. So Coach Stringer is twerking for us in case you didn't know what was happening there. She's on her pole assassin right now. So
Who's the monkey?
Look, as long as it's moisturized, that's it. She don't like no dry. So
I mean, I can show the picture. I can show the people.
Show us the picture. So Sierra.
This is not Sierra.
Sierra's best friend was videographed by Sierra. Did I just say videographed? Is that a thing?
You did. Photograph?
She was videoed sitting on Russell Wilson. Sierra videoed her best friend sitting on her husband's lap. So the video itself and still frames have been circulating. Sierra says she was cool with it. She's the one who took the video. They was kikiing, having a moment. Obviously, Russell Wilson is cool with it, and obviously the best friend was cool with it. The question is, would you keep this best friend? Y'all still friends? Or did your friend just risk it all to sit on your man's lap?
The question is, do you keep your husband?
So what? You said the question is, do you keep your husband?
Yes.
So do you keep your husband? Do you keep your friend? Or did they both just risk it all?
And I need y'all to pay attention to his hand on her upper thigh.
That is a seatbelt hold. That is a seatbelt hold.
A seatbelt is a seatbelt. Everything that happened going forward.
No, that is a seatbelt grip. That is not a sexual
You know, we
grip.
talked earlier, and you said that dudes be lying about mission. Like, I ain't call her, she called me. He should have kept all hands off all parties. If she spat on him, he could have played it off.
But if she would have fallen, then it would have been wrong.
Here we go.
If she would have fallen, she should have been on his lap. So, you know,
roll the tape.
Do the voiceover.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, come on, girl. Come sit on my lap, girl.
He should have kept his hands just like that. He got the hand on the shoulder.
He's just bracing her for impact. That's all.
Impact with what,
boo? Free hall pass, man.
So I got something to say after this. So let's see this.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You got us? We on play? No, we not on play.
Oh, nope.
We saw enough.
All right.
We didn't see enough. He was just bracing her for impact.
You said it's going slow. All right,
go.
All right, I'm going to say something. So maybe I'm only thinking about this right now because have you guys ever seen the show You?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched the new season?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what if Sierra and Russell are like one of those couples, you know, that do things with other couples?
They probably are.
I'm just saying it's the cleanest way possible. But you know what? You guys know what I'm saying. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of celebrities do those things. It would be weird to film it for the world to see, but like obviously nothing like crazy was happening. It's completely PG. But I'm just saying, it's fresh in my mind because me and my husband just finished season 3. Maybe they're one of those couples.
So Joe, you keeping the husband if he is just gently gliding your friend onto his lap and then keeping her safe from harm by holding on to her?
Well, let's say if I had friends that were girls, I would definitely be pissed off at my husband, and he'd be sleeping on the couch for a bit till he figures something out.
Wow. I just think they're just secure in their relationship.
And just to be clear, my insight is not judgment on Russell and Sierra. Whatever they do is what they do. But when the question that we talked yesterday was, Cherita, what would you do?
Right.
Everybody's getting an eye. Like, pop. Like we're not playing those games. I don't want you to
everybody's getting the monkey paw. Putting the monkey paws to everybody.
Yes.
Here,
a tornado's gonna hit.
I would like to think that my husband would be very upset with me if I went to go sit on some man's lap. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just some man though. It's his best friend.
Okay, here, let me tell you though. So one of my husband's best friends is a guy that I've known since my freshman year.
Right.
He's now married, this and that, and I'm friends with we're all friends.
Exactly. It's not sexual.
If I sat on his lap, that would be really freaking weird, even though me and this guy are really close friends. I don't know if my husband would think of it that way, but I think of it that way, as it'd be weird.
Coach Stringer, did they just risk it all?
Yes. Definitely.
Would you care to elaborate since we got 13 more minutes in the show?
She's been so
real slow.
No, listen.
She's like,
real talk.
I don't cook. Monkey knuckle. No.
Just do that for 13 more minutes.
Listen, I got a logic. I got a logic with my moisturized hands. Listen. So, y'all know Tiana Taylor, right?
Yes.
Okay, her
Iman Shumpert's wife, right?
Will and Jada have an open relationship. I only can see Sierra letting this man be this happy if they have an open relationship.
To be fair, Will and Jada don't have an open relationship. Jada has an open relationship. Will is crying every night in the mansion.
Look,
Jada savage.
Jada said her door was open. Will didn't say nothing about his door being open. He said
Man.
his door was locked and bolted.
Will be
Mr.
doing his thing.
Smooth
Ain't no
just
way.
jumped in the comments to say that Mr. Smooth knows better.
I'm gonna need one of them to elaborate on that.
All right, so Smooth and Smooth,
Smooth.
are they risking it all if they have a best friend to sit on the lap? That's all it is. She didn't twerk on it.
We don't know that.
She didn't pole assassin it. She just sat on the corner.
Oh, here we go.
Joe, you got the voiceover again?
He having another baby and this is happening?
All right, come here, bro. Come on up.
No, it's the angry face. It's the angry face.
The smoothest cornball ever.
Look at the haters. Look at the haters with the angry face, with the angry emojis.
Look, all the dudes who cheating on their wives are giving him a high five.
Is the best friend kind of looks sneaky though? The faces she's making, she look a little
What?
sneaky. Like,
She do. She do.
And no one's even saying. They're just saying, "Hey, when you come in, like they don't even care."
Look,
You're a great man, role model. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing?
That's what I'm saying. I will say I love how Westbrook's constantly like, thank you God, this and that, everything on Twitter, like not a lot of athletes, speak the Lord's name, so I like whenever that happens. But then that happens and I don't know. I just don't think it should have been on Instagram.
Maybe he was ministering to her. We don't know what was happening there.
Well, let's ask the Catholic Church how that turned out.
Hey, her face looked a little sneaky. And Mrs. Smooth said, what is it? Only what? Go back to that, Fred.
Only baby girl can sit on his lap.
So I agree with that. So maybe I'm old school, maybe she's old school, but that's how we think.
I would say the risk level in that move, if it was my best friend, knowing who my best friend is, you said the risk level would be 10, Coach Trainer?
10 out of 10.
No.
The risk level is at least a burnt orange. Like, it's not green and it's not yellow. It's hella suspect.
No, there was no risk at all there. It was clearly I mean, Sierra was filming it. We would have seen it, cut the black if she really had a problem with it.
So this is how we find out. Let's put Russell and Sierra in an elevator with Solange. And if they come out okay, we'll know.
This is why I think they're one of them couples, though, because you're not just purposely filming this for the world to see and you're totally okay with it. So that's how I think
they're good. I think there would be no risk involved knowing who my friend is. Knowing my best friend, if she sat on my husband's lap, it wouldn't even faze me. I wouldn't think twice.
I'm choking both of them.
Thank you.
My best friend. My best friend is my husband's niece, so that would be kind of weird. I'd be like, all right, y'all need I need to get out of this family right now.
I'm choking them both.
But yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. They're not really my business, so.
True.
The last risk it all, which was breaking news at the trade deadline, was it seems like the Los Angeles Rams, formerly the St. Louis Rams, are going all in this season, acquiring Von Miller to their defense from the Broncos. So they are risking it all on Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and on Von Miller. And look, that's probably who the Cowboys are going to lose to.
And guess what? Tom Brady and Gronk will be holding up a trophy again at the end of the year once they beat the Rams, probably. So,
how much money would you risk on that bet?
It's Tom freaking Brady. Are you kidding me? Have you've been like clear-eyed the last 20 years, right? Like,
dang, Joe is coming from my life.
I want to go back to a couple topics. Tom Brady's got 2 rings whenever something suspect happened, but no one talks about that anymore. So I'm just saying, everyone's still talking about the Astros.
That man has the right to pressurize his balls however he wants to. And them filming the Cincinnati Bengals practice was
Andy, is that your same advice for Russell?
He has the right to inflate his balls and personalize his balls however he wants to. And trust me, the difference in that championship did not come about as a result of them filming the Cincinnati Bengals practice. They learned nothing from that. So
I'm just saying, 2 rings came out of some scandals. That's all I'm saying, and no one talks about. Everyone talks about how Brady's still the GOAT, which I agree. I hate and I love Tom Brady because he's just good. You gotta get over it. He's good. That's it. So we're all probably gonna be witness to him raising another freaking, what's it called, a Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. That's just how it's gonna be.
So I think Tom Brady winning a 7th ring would qualify as the Halloween nightmare of 31 other NFL teams. That's probably their scariest moment in sports.
Cool.
Look, as someone who played on a dynasty, #flex, I don't get mad. I don't get mad when people win year after year after year. So I ain't mad at Tom Brady. Now, the Oakland Raiders fans might see that they got Columbus Day with that tuck rule in the AFC Championship game when he clearly fumbled. So they probably got some beef, but no, I think it's cool. All right, so Joe is willing to risk her entire year's salary on Tom Brady. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I have a daughter to take care of. Okay, shoot.
No, you said you was gonna risk it all. You team Tom.
Run that back. Run that back. Now that we have video on here, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if he's,
okay,
a little happy at the end of the year kissing his son on the lips on the stage. So
look, there you go, risking it all. And COVID can't be kissing nobody on stage no more. Coach Stringer, did you make it to 3 Hennies before the end of the show? You in there? You in there? She couldn't talk.
Risk it all.
She couldn't talk. She couldn't talk because she was knocking the Hennies back. All right, ladies, with our last 4 minutes, we are on the clock. Any last or final thoughts before the clock runs out on us? Sports or sports adjacent, given that this is when it's ladies' night. We don't know what we're going to talk about. Let's recap. We talked about pole dancers, monkey mauling, ashiness, hygiene.
Children singing.
Who?
Children singing.
And children not singing, which is the most important part of that. Joe's baby is also a mauler. Yes. We learned.
Your hate for Mike Krzyzewski.
Look, that's tried and true and will forever be. Go to hell, dude.
The whole school?
Yeah. It's in our fight song. It's in the Carolina fight song.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning so much today. I learned Joe's a gangster.
That's what we do. The hark the sound of Tar Heel voices. And then at the end, it's I'm a Tar Heel born, I'm a Tar Heel bred. When I die, I'm a Tar Heel dead. So it's rah rah Carolina, Lana, rah rah Carolina, Lana, rah rah Carolina, Lana. Go to hell, dude. Go Tar Heel. I think we're coming up on 30 seconds of that. So let me shut it down before they come repo my degree. I did it right this time. I turned the right way.
They might give you an honorary doctorate for that one.
Look. And now in my kid's voice, I'm a Tar Heel born, I'm a Tar Heel. Cut it. Exactly. Because children singing is terrible. Speaking of recapping all the things that we've talked about today, the Backyardigans get down, Teen Titans go slaps. There's a trap version of Baby Shark that we all got to hit up after the show. Cherita will do anything for likes, including giving out passwords, making sweet potato pies, and jailbreaking your Fire Stick. What else did we cover on the show today, ladies, with our last 2 minutes? I love the breadth and the depth and the width and the height of all the things that we cover. You said what?
How many chains have you won to one game?
How many chains have I worn?
She had them layered up.
I got on 2 right now. I got on 2 now, but I
And you
usually
got
have
the
a
ropes
third.
going.
Right.
I usually got the third.
You look like a 90s Ice Cube video.
I'm
I
a
feel like
rapper.
today was a good day.
I'm a rapper.
We know. But Smooth can't put those clips on here because we're only PG-13.
I mean,
But if we get 5,000 viewers and likes and
Oh my
subscribers,
God.
we'll get a live performance.
Stanley, if you're still watching, tell Bunny we said sorry.
Brace yourself.
Ladies, we've got 1 minute left on the clock. Final thoughts or just a recap of what we covered. You said what?
Shout out to Bunny. She's gonna be
Yes.
pushing a little baby out soon. So hope she's doing well.
Yes. Hopefully our fearless leader has her feet up. I hope she's asleep. I hope the other baby is letting her rest. I hope the baby in her now is also letting her rest. Because they be restless, man. They be laying on your bladders and your hearts and your intestines.
Your hearts.
Yeah, on your hearts and on your prostates, even though women don't got them. I just feel like they would do them.
I can't with you.
No, we got 25 seconds. We're ending with babies laying on prostates. That's it. That's the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in on Living.
They're never letting us lead a show again.
Look, this is what happens when we don't have the adults around. For Cherita and I, when we get asked, come up with the topics for the show, you get pole dancers, monkey maulings, and babies laying on prostates. So it was your choice tonight to watch the show, and we thank you for it. Tune in again the first Wednesday of next month in December when we are doing our Kwanzaa special, as soon as we all figure out what it is and how to make it time for it. So, thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Are we throwing up gang signs? What is that? Keep it bracking. Are you in the Illuminati? I feel like we're going some Kyrie Irving Illuminati wave as we leave the show tonight, right? So keep it safe. Thank you for having the audacity to be authentic with us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it, y'all. We're going to call it a show. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.